Good morning, class, and happy Tuesday morning. I'm so glad to see your bright and smiling faces. My name is Donald Bohannon, and today I'm going to talk to you about the article that I reviewed for this project. It is a study done by David Yusko, Jennifer Buckman, Helene White, and Robert J. Padina. The title of the article is Alcohol, Tobacco, Illicit Drugs, and Performance Enhancers, a comparison of use by college student athletes and non-athletes. The reason that the authors wanted to do this as a study was because between the age of 18 to 25 in the United States, the rates of heavy drinking, tobacco use, and illicit substances peak. They chose to do this study at a major northeastern university where they surveyed roughly 504 students and 390 student athletes. And this school also has sports that compete in Division I and Division II. So they looked at athletes across both divisions for that reason. The authors wanted to do this study because they wanted a more complete understanding of drug use patterns and preferences of college student athletes because it can be valuable in determining the most effective approaches to prevention programming for collegiate athletics programs. A brief background of the problem is that obviously drug use and alcohol use is a big problem on college campuses with athletes and student athletes. So this study is basically kind of a first step in helping look at a way to develop substance abuse prevention programs that target college student athletes. Even though there's already a lot of research that has been done on this, they wanted to expand on that and make it better. So what the authors did for this study is they developed a couple different hypotheses for finding information. And one of their hypotheses was that female and male college student athletes and their non-athlete peers would demonstrate similarly high levels of alcohol use, but that heavy and risky alcohol use would be more evident in the student athlete samples. One of the other things they focused on big time in their hypothesis was that male student athletes would exhibit a greater preference for smokeless tobacco, but a lower preference for cigarettes compared with non-athletes. What they did for data collection is they had a trained research assistant who basically had the group of student athletes first explain the study to them and what they were going to be doing and administered the survey. And then they did the same thing to the non-student athletes. And the study was about 30 to 45 minutes, and so it didn't take a really long time, but it was able to gather a good amount of information in that time frame. As for the analysis of their study, I'm not really good at reading it with the technical terms, but they did not look at anything other than comparing male student athletes with male students and female student athletes with female students, and they didn't look at race or anything like that. But a little bit about what they found is that mostly what they hypothesized was correct, and that taken together, their data offered initial evidence that the social environment of female athletics is different from that of male athletics. And they also found that sport involvement appears to serve as a protective function for women, but they did acknowledge that female student athletes could benefit from more tailored prevention programs. The study did have limitations that they talked about, and they were the same conceptual and methodological concerns that applied to most survey data with self-report, retrospective report, and the type of information requested, because they did request a lot of what could be considered sensitive information that some student athletes might not want to divulge information about because they could get in trouble. So you never know how truthful they're going to be. That's all I got for you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them, and hopefully I can answer them.